Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to the channel. Now, if you're watching this video, it is because you want to get better at Fortnite. Now, maybe you're a brand new little Timmy noob to the game and you just want to learn the basics, or maybe you've been playing for a while but you've been struggling to get good. Now, either way, for whatever reason, I'm going to do my best to help you guys out through the duration of this video. Now, when we're talking about getting good at Fortnite, there's a couple of things you have to keep in mind. Number one, what are your expectations? What is the end goal? And number two, how much are you willing to sacrifice to meet those goals? Now, if you just watched the recent global FNCS and you saw Peterbot absolutely dominating and you think, wow, one day I wish to be as good as him, it's not gonna be easy. That's just the brutally honest answer. Peterbot puts in tons of work, so if you're younger or you're in school or you have a job or something like that, chances are that is just not reasonable for most people. So to start out, you're gonna have to set aside a much smaller amount of time to gain better at the game. So that has to play into your expectations. But yeah, so the first thing is I would set up a goal for yourself and keep it something simple, but also keep it something attainable that you can work on. And I would set up one for the short term, which I'll get to, and I would set up a long-term goal, maybe for the next year or the next season or something like that. It doesn't have to be something crazy, but maybe just breaking your placement in a duo cash cup, or even qualifying for the second round of a solo cash cup if that's something you've never done before, or if it's something you do a lot but you've never won, maybe making winning a solo cash cup your goal. And once you have that, now you're going to go about setting up a plan on how you're going to reach that goal. Again, we don't have to get crazy with this, and we don't want to go way over the top. You don't want to set a goal for yourself of saying, okay, I'm going to grind 16 hours a day for the next 365 days, and by then I'm going to be the best player in the world. That is not realistic and is probably not even attainable for most people, even if you have the time. So what I would do instead is start out again where you are. Keep it relevant to your goal and keep it at the same level as your goal. So if your goal was to get, let's say 500 PR, let's say you have, 27 PR right now, but you want to start getting some placements and you want to get 500 PR, what do you need to make that? All right, so when you're coming up with your plan, there are a few things you need to think about. One is how much time either A, you have or are willing to put into grinding. If you are in school or have a job like I mentioned before, maybe it's something you can do for an hour or two a day. If you're younger or your parents give you a lot more free time, maybe it's something you can play for 4 or 5 hours a day on the weekends, but maybe not so much during a school day, something like that. But whatever it is, block out your time, and now you need to dig deep and figure out what you really struggle at as a player. Now, maybe you're cracked mechanically, but your aim isn't so good, or maybe you have good mechanics, good aim, but your game IQ isn't that great, and you've always been a fragger, but maybe you need to develop a little bit more as a player. So figure out your weaknesses, and I would take an hour of whatever time you have, put it towards that. If it's only an hour a week because you only get to play 4 or 5 hours a week, that's great. Set aside an hour to focus on one weakness and do this for a few weeks at a time until you see some good improvement. Then maybe once you feel that's starting to catch up, maybe you look for something else. Or if you still feel like you could use some work after those couple of weeks, keep grinding on it. Grind on it for a couple of months and see how you do. For me, something that I've really been working at is my mechanics, and to do that, I've been playing about an hour or so of 1v1s every single day to try to get my mechanics where they need to be. Along with that, I also want to make sure I have some of the best aim possible, so I set aside maybe 3 to 5 hours a week on Kovacs to help improve my aim. Those are my personal things because A, I just want to make sure I have good aim. That's my personal preference. I know that's extremely important, especially the higher up you go. That's something that can really benefit you. But also B, having good mechanics is an absolute must right now in Fortnite. You can't really get away with having lackluster mechanics anymore. So that's something I've set aside for my own goal, and that's just an example that you guys can use as well. Alright, so now that you guys have kind of given yourself some goals that you want to reach and hopefully set up a plan, whether that's a full practice schedule or just some checklists you want to hit every single week, However detailed you decide to go, that's up to you, but once you have those in place, my final bit of advice for this video is to find someone with a similar skill level with you and similar goals. Now this could be a IRL friend, someone you know in person that also wants to just play the game and get a bit better, or it could be someone that you're looking to get into comp with. Maybe you're looking for a duo, someone to grind with, or just a group of friends that are all passionate about the game and want to get better together. This game can be extremely mentally draining, and putting in the effort is very difficult, especially if you're trying to be consistent, which is very important. But having a duo or having a friend group, people that can help build each other up with similar goals and are going to hold each other accountable, is extremely important. Hopefully you guys will push each other to be the best players that you can be and build each other up when you guys are struggling. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, or just leave a comment, tell me how you're doing. I appreciate all of it, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.